All right, folks, Tommy Cowett here on the lawn and in the park here at Greensboro Arboretum. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, sunny February day, the 18th, 2016. Just gorgeous out here. Starting to really heat up. And one thing about this time of year really gets me is this sun. The sun really sitting low in the sky. It really blinds you for the most part of the day. And I want to talk about something that can also hurt trees. And it's sometimes known as sun scald. It's also known as southwest bark split. That's what I call it. It's also called southwest injury. It could be called sun scald, frost cracks. That's what this is. Now, I've got an app here. It's pretty interesting. This is a app I've got on my phone called Sunseeker. And it's showing me here that exactly where these cracks are, that's the southwest side of this tree. So as the sun sets all day, really heats up that bark, and it may have been down in the 20s or the teens last night. You're going to see that the shrink and expanding of the water, the moisture that might be in this tree could crack the bark. You really don't see these splits occur till later on in the season, but it's a common occurrence on thin bark trees like this here cherry. This cherry tree, it also affects many of the thin bark trees, but I think cherry is one. It's so fast growing that this bark is very prone to splitting. And every year I'll have a customer call me up and say, hey, what's going on with my cherry tree? It's split open. There's some gummosis. There's stuff oozing out of it. Gummosis is what that is. It's like a sap. It'll be coming out. Now, the way you can tell, this is actually more of a frost cracks, where at night, you know, if you can see that inner bark there, or really down on into the phloem and xylem of the wood, it's really healed over now with cambium that's protecting it. If you can see down into that split, it's a frost crack that's causing this. That's what that is. Where maybe at night the temperature here got, you know, really cold. A lot of times what can happen is you'll get, you know, on typical trees like this, just the heating of that. You can, you know, a lot of times don't fertilize after the leaves have dropped. Or maybe you can fertilize after the leaves have dropped, but don't fertilize late in the season. Because you're just going to build a lot of nutrient in that tree, and it really doesn't utilize it at all, or it might grow and become very lush, like say you start fertilizing in late August. Don't do that. Wait till after the leaves have dropped and the tree's pretty much stopped growing before you ferret it, so you'll encourage more root growth than any kind of leaf or of this. But this is on the southwest side. This is southwest injury. It typically doesn't kill the tree. As you can see, we're not seeing any of it on this side. And there is definitely a temperature differential between this side of the tree. Oh yeah. I mean, it's 20. Usually we've been doing some work with infrared thermometers and looking at the differential between the sunny side, the southwest side of the tree, and the opposite side, the north side of the tree. And it could be a 20-degree temperature differential during the day. So that's what this is. It affects a lot of thin bark trees. And that is absolutely what that is. And I just wanted to show you that. So if you do see bark split on trees, don't worry about it. It can be remedied. Now what could be done is after this has occurred, you can trace this with a pocket knife and try to get this, encourage it to heal over. Like on a crack like that. You could actually trace that out with a knife and encourage more cambium growth if it's a fresh crack. This is all healed up though, so that healed up nicely, and there's not a problem with this tree, but you can definitely see that it's definitely got southwest bark split. That's what I call it. Anyway, Tommy Cowett here from Growing Green signing out. Just want to share that with you. It's a malady of trees. Will not kill that tree. Typically just aesthetically hurts the value of it. All right, folks. Signing out from this beautiful park here in Greensboro, North Carolina. All right, folks.